there's one element that drives our world.
America is addicted to oil.
Our dependents sent one man on a journey to find a solution.
Can I get a medium Sprite and all your used cooking oil, please?
We're in a precarious position as well because we're the largest oil importer in the world. Not the largest oil exporter, but the largest importer. Now, we have the misunderstanding that most of our oil comes from the Middle East. It does not. Most of it comes from Canada and Mexico. That doesn't help the serious issue that we face, which is a balance of trade deficit.
The movie Fuel details what we can do. You know, An Inconvenient Truth shows us the problems. Fuel shows us the solutions. And the solutions are all around us. They're right before our eyes. But it's how we look at them and how we look at them in combination that makes the difference between us being a fossil-fueled, indebted society with a broken economy that's only getting worse, and us being a wealth-generating, green energy society that's getting better.
The hope for this film, I think, is to create a substantial social shift and change energy policy in the United States. I think that's what the hope for this film is. It's a big picture. You know, and Josh has done an amazing job out there crusading and informing and empowering the general public.
But the bad news is the U.S. economy right now is propped up by one thing and one thing only, and that's oil trading.
It was an aha moment when I realized that we the people really are the entity that's going to make the changes, because our government should be driven by the people. Business should also be driven by the people and the people's needs. And so sometimes we as people feel that we're not important and then we can't make changes. But the film shows how people can make changes right there in their community by simply making the request, by speaking to our legislatures, and by letting our voice be known and our concerns. We are the beginning of making those changes. The people are.
Fuel.
Move for electric vehicles. Electric vehicles not using fossil fuels will reduce the demand of importing fossil fuels, and by the fact that we're increasing the biofuel production, then by definition we're going to be increasing the percentage of fuel used.
I think it's really important that people understand that biodiesel is a real solution for our energy crisis that we're facing right now. It's something that can drop into current technologies. You don't have to change the engine. And I would really encourage people to do the research themselves. Don't always look behind the articles that you read to who's writing them and who's sponsoring those articles. And find out for yourself the viability. And then start talking to your congressman and talk to your teachers, talk to corporations who you have relationships with. Start getting the word out there, because it's real, it's now as far as a solution, and we can each as individuals be empowered to make a change.
It's very exciting, the new technologies. I learned a lot of different things, not only about the hazards of diesel in school buses, but also just the way that the infrastructure is in place now so that biodiesel fuels with minimal advances in technology could be incorporated into present systems.
Well, we have a lifeline in our communication systems today. And because we have that with high technology, with YouTube, with being able to get a message out to people, we the people really do have an opportunity, because we are unified by a communication system. We were not unified before. And we can use that communication system to build up a group of people who share those concerns, and we can all work together to make a change in our energy consumption and the type of energy that we use in the future. It begins with each one of us individually.
One is, I think people feel empowered because Josh talks a lot about what you can do as an individual, and I think the greatest thing that people get out of the film is a sense of we can do this, the collective, and it starts with one person.
But what Fuel does is, I think it inspires people to say, hey, this is a hopeful situation. We can do this. We are Americans, and if anyone should be leading the way, it should be us.
It is going to take everyone to create the world
that we're going to have to create to survive. Fuel. That we're going to have to create to survive. Fuel.